This is a colorful Italian pasta salad made with love. Look at these beautiful Mediterranean ingredients. Oh, you take this to the beach, camping, or to your friend's house. Your friends will love you so much more. This is so refreshing, so summery. Is there something better than this in summer? I don't think so. This is the perfect summer pasta. Let's make it together. You can use any ingredients to make a pasta salad, but my Italian cold pasta salad is made this way. 500 grams of fusilli pasta, and I've chosen Pastificio Liguori because these guys, they like to dry the pasta slowly at low temperatures for a longer time, which means the longer you dry it, the better the quality of the pasta is. And because it's a pasta salad, I need my pasta to really perform. So use a trusted brand. I have about 500 grams of cherry tomatoes. Half are red, half are yellow. The yellow ones are very sweet. I have some black olives without the seed. You can use as much as you like. I have some sun-dried tomatoes, which I like to cut into small strips. You can use a can of tuna in olive oil, but the tuna I chose today, it comes from a jar. It's a higher quality, and again, it's in olive oil. You need some fresh basil, as much as you like. 2 different types of cheeses. We need provolone, which we are going to cut into small cubes. The reason why is because we're gonna mix the provolone in the salad. And then we need shaved Parmigiano Reggiano for the decoration. You can buy the cheese already shaved, but I like to do it myself because I want the 40 months Parmigiano, and I don't know what they give me if they shave it. So to shave it, you can use a peeler or you can use a steak knife. Then we need extra virgin olive oil, very important ingredient, salt and pepper. First thing to do is to boil the fusilli. Pastificio Liguori fusilli need 10 minutes to be perfectly cooked al dente. And you want this pasta to be perfectly cooked al dente. In 1 large pot of boiling water, we put 1 tablespoon of rock salt or sea salt. And now we boil the fusilli for 10 minutes. Okay, let's stir the pasta. We don't want the pasta to get stuck to the bottom, but you will see that the pasta will grow, will double in size when it's finished to cook. Okay, so let's boil the pasta. In the meantime, let's prepare the salad. And now it's time to have fun. Let's start from the cherry tomatoes. Guys, make sure you use a nice large bowl to make this salad so it's easier to mix. I've chosen a terracotta bowl today, but you can use a Pyrex or even a stainless steel bowl is fine. We get these beautiful cherry tomatoes and we cut them in half. What you can do is, while you cut them, you can squish them a little bit so you get the juice out, or we can do this later, up to you. For now, we can concentrate, I guess, in cutting it. The reason why I like to cut the tomatoes straight in the bowl is because I don't want the juice to go on the chopping board or on a plate. The juice from the cherry tomatoes is extremely important, okay? In this recipe, I'm not using corn. My mom always used corn growing up. Instead, I replaced the corn with sun-dried tomatoes, which is something my mom never used to do because when I was a kid, I didn't like sun-dried tomatoes. But you can also add corn, doesn't matter, you can do it. It is important that you choose juicy cherry tomatoes because, see that juice? See this juice is what is going to give the flavor to this salad. Okay, now we have the beautiful cherry tomatoes here. Okay, what you can do, you can just squash them. You can use any utensil to squash them. I like to squash them so we get the juice out, okay? Just use a spoon to squash them. Guys, look inside. Look at this juice that you got here. Look at that. Look at that. See that juice with the nice seeds? This is gold. This is what you want. See that? Tomatoes need a little bit of salt and pepper. So we're gonna put a little bit of salt, as much as you like, okay? Don't go crazy. We're going to put the pepper. We are going to add a generous amount of extra virgin olive oil. A lot of extra virgin olive oil. Do not count teaspoons or tablespoons. I'm talking about a lot, okay? This extra virgin olive oil is very important. See, I'm not counting, I'm putting lots. Okay, so now let's mix. Let's see if I need more extra virgin olive oil. Now the extra virgin olive oil will help to get more juice, the juice out of the other cherry tomatoes. See, when you mix, we're creating the sauce, the juice for this pasta. Look how nice it looks. And now we go crazy with the basil. The basil should be you break the basil with your hands, okay? We don't want to cut the basil. We don't want the flavors to stay on the chopping boards. Instead, some flavors can stay on your hand, but most of the flavors will go in the bowl. Now the basil is inside, and we have to mix it very well. You want the basil to release all the flavors. Very important step, guys. The basil now plays a very important role. Can you see it's wet here, but we do need maybe a little bit more extra virgin olive oil? Just a little bit more. Because once the pasta goes in, it will absorb all the juice. See, this beautiful mix now needs to rest. In the meantime, let's go and get the pasta out of the water. The pasta is ready, and look how much it grew. Look, it grew double in size. A good quality pasta grows double in size. A good quality pasta looks this light, okay? This is dry pasta made with semolina and water, and this is the color that you want to see, okay? It's beautiful, okay? So the pasta needs to cool down naturally, okay? Do not wash the pasta, because if you wash the pasta, you remove all the benefits. What we do now is we put some extra virgin olive oil in the pasta, because what we're going to do now, we're getting the pasta to cool down naturally. We're not rushing this. So we mix. The extra virgin olive oil will prevent the pasta to get stuck together, okay? So by adding extra virgin olive oil, we know that our pasta is not going to get stuck together. Please, guys, to never wash the pasta. You remove all the benefits, all the beautiful things the pasta holds for you, you wash it, okay? It's like if you put body cream all over your body and then you go straight into the shower. Don't do that, okay? Now we'll let this pasta rest until it cools down, or at least at room temperature. That way we can mix it with all the ingredients. We don't want to mix the pasta with the ingredients when it's hot. That's a big mistake. And there is no salt going in the pasta, nothing. The pasta is basically ready to go in the salad. Just want you to pay attention. Can you see how creamy the pasta is already? There is nothing in there, just extra virgin olive oil and all the beautiful ingredients that the pasta holds for you. See, it's already creamy. Look at that. Look how beautiful. This pasta is already beautiful as it is. Seriously, when you have good quality pasta, this is what you get. Now we can continue with the salad. The sun-dried tomatoes go next. The reason why is because they are juicy. They are the cousins of the cherry tomatoes, and they will mix very well, and they will release flavors into the mix. These are pitted black olives. You can put them in as they are, or you can just squash them a little bit. I like to squash them a little bit, okay? You can use your hands or a fork, but I think squashing them release juices and flavors. See, even the juice that you get from the olive, see the juice from the olives? Put it in, make sure it goes in. Tutto fa brodo. Put it there. Honestly, guys, you use as much olives as you like. If you don't like olives, don't use them. If you don't love them, use less. But if you love them, go crazy. This is actually beautiful just as it is. This is perfect for a pasta salad. Mediterranean flavors in this terracotta bowl. Now it's the moment to add the tuna in there. As you can see, the tuna is a little bit dry, so it will absorb the oil a little bit. So what we do is now we mix first. Can you see how the oil has been absorbed by the tuna? See? So now we need to add a lot of extra virgin olive oil again, okay? Because now, see, we revived the tuna back to life. And now we just wait for the pasta to get cold so it can go inside. See, the pasta now is at room temperature. That's beautiful as it is. Love it. All right, let's put the pasta in the mix. Okay guys, this is a very important step now. Now, lots of extra virgin olive oil, please. A lot of extra virgin olive oil. Please go crazy, okay? And let's start mixing. Start mixing the pasta with the tomatoes, the tuna. And now slowly, as we mix, start adding the provolone, okay? And mix. Provolone and mix. And if you see that it's getting a bit dry, you add more extra virgin olive oil. You need a lot of extra virgin olive oil in this recipe. Look how stunning. Look how beautiful. The reason why we don't put provolone or cheese before is because the cheese absorbs the oil a lot. Okay, so basically you want to put the cheese right at the end. So that way the pasta absorbs the flavors, the juices. The provolone doesn't absorb much. Stunning, right? Look how colorful it is. So colorful. Now, what we need to do is to finish it off with the shaved Parmigiano, which you can break with your hands a little bit. This beautiful salty cheese will add a beautiful contrast, flavor, richness to this pasta salad. So the Parmigiano right now plays a very important role, okay? But make sure you break it. So every time you have a forchettata, you have a piece of Parmigiano. This is how you make a fantastic cold pasta salad. Look how beautiful, full of flavors, rich. You can take this anywhere you go and people will love you more. Guys, look how beautiful this pasta is. Look at that, silky. Oh, every forchettata you have every forchettata you have sandra tomato, you have cheese, you have tomatoes, you have tuna. Oh my God, look how beautiful. Oh, this is my forchettata. The pasta, it's beautiful, it's silky, it melts in my mouth. All those ingredients accompany the pasta in a beautiful way. The ingredients really enjoyed making love together. They're really enjoying their time together. They are taking the pasta to the next level. Those Mediterranean ingredients are the right ingredients for your pasta salad. If you want to serve this pasta in another way, you can always put it in a large plate. Your friends will enjoy this. Let's put some Parmigiano everywhere. What we need to do now, we need to add a little bit more extra virgin olive oil. It's a salad. Then we're gonna put some basil leaf to finish this off. It's a salad, so it deserves some green. Bellissimo, bellissimo. Look at this, guys. This is how you make an Italian pasta salad. Tomato, oh, beautiful. See the ingredients, they love each other. They like to spend time together. I'm sorry, I'm dividing you guys. I know you want to be together and make love together, but I need to eat you. The pasta is beautiful, silky, it melts in your mouth. The tuna, it's there, giving the flavor to the pasta. The tomatoes are there with the juicy flavors. You have the olives. You have the basil, the freshness, the beautiful extra virgin olive oil. You know what? This is just perfect as it is. You want to add corn? Yes, you can put corn. You want to add capers? Oh yeah, go crazy, have fun. You remove some ingredients, replace them, but keep them summery, keep them Mediterranean. This is beautiful. Do you know what the best part is here? We got the provolone, which is nice, very nice, and the Parmigiano giving it a beautiful salty kick. The two cheeses are a must. I think if you don't put provolone and Parmigiano in this recipe, it's not going to be the same, it's not going to be as good. This beautiful contrast that you get from the cheese, it's critical. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Please write a comment below and let me know. Yo, Vincenzo, we appreciate. Oh, no, Vincenzo, you have to put capers. And yeah, I will. Just let me know in the comment below what you think of this. We'll see you on the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia. Vincenzo's Plate.